Hello, Jessica Curry here. Welcome to the Jessica Curry Show. Today's Monday. Today's Monday. Today's Monday, September the 13th, 2021. We're here to talking about football. NFL football, the first game of the season. First week of the season, it is what it is. And you just know what what happened. We all know that it's supposed to be the Bills Mafia. The Panthers went on to win the game. Hold on. And a close game between the Dolphins and the Patriots. And we saw the Aaron Rodgers get smacked by the Saints in a blowout. What couldn't be his first game of the season, happened, is the worst game of the season of last night when Aaron Rodgers and the Panthers came and went down in a blowout. They went down south yesterday. So I'm here to take a look, and we'll take a look first, and let's go to the NFL's week one right now. And week one, the NFL. So now we look ahead and we check this thing out, see what's going on, and see what happens. So, anyway, I don't have any problem with that. But we're going to see what happens first. We're going to see what happens. And we're going to take a look at what we may see and may feel like what we saw in the NFL game. We're going to take a look at the NFL game first. It all plays out for real. There were high fives. It looks like we're all talking about the Bucks. We did talk about the Bucks who won. They beat the Cowboys on Thursday night. So now it is what it is. And we take a look at what happens, and you look at Hill to get. Anyway, this should be fun. It was fun to watch. But we're going to take a look at what happened yesterday. Yesterday, here we go. Now, yesterday was a win for the Chiefs. They beat the Browns in a tight game. And it is. And yes, it is. So, but first we have to talk about Jameis Winston, the former player of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that went to New Orleans yesterday. Went to New Orleans to play New Orleans yesterday when, the Hurricane hit New Orleans about a couple of weeks ago. Now, Jameis Winston had make it in week one, the kind of player who raised hell and played very good. And then look at that, he's playing very good. But hey, it is what it is. But look, they beat the Packers yesterday. They beat the Packers yesterday. We had to check it out. It was a score of 38-3, and Aaron Rodgers is not happy. Aaron Rodgers had the worst game of the season. In week one, he got sacked for 3 times. And then something went wrong. And the Packers went on to lose again. No touchdowns, just one freaking field goal. And Aaron Rodgers had just had enough. Seemed like he a caller of the day. He had the caller of the day. He had a great career season. He wanted to get out of Green Bay in the off season. Now he's here, and then things start just when things are going to get very good for him. Aaron Rodgers went down south. His team went down south. And New Orleans just said, oh my goodness, Aaron Rodgers is down. They had no touchdowns at all. And it's since won to win the game. They had about 5 touchdowns and 1 field goal. They had scored 38 points. They had scored 38 points here, the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter. Man, that's. I mean, Green Bay think they were out options. They were out of gas. The Panthers think they were out of gas. And what Green Bay Packers outside out of Green Bay, when the Packer fans out of Green Bay think, oh my goodness, Aaron Rodgers came down and rusting out. Anyway. But look, juggling we can take a look what's happened. Now let's take a look. We're going to New Orleans. It says we're back for another edition of overreacting Monday. You know the week 1 or the reactions in the NFL are always the best overreactions. Okay, we go like this. Jameis Winston, his first win for the New Orleans Saints yesterday went awesome. It felt awesome for him. Now, the former NFL star Robert Griffin, the door made an old comment about Jameis Winston after the quarterback led the New Orleans Saints to a convincing win over the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. Winston drew 5 touchdowns passes in the 38-3 victory over the Packers. And shut up, Fox Sports. Now, Winston drew 5 touchdown passes in the 38-3 victory over the Packers. Griffin, who is corner and ESPN analyst, had a suggestion. After beating Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, Jameis Winston is now requesting strategy meetings with the Saints brass and demanding 5 crowd legs, 1 for every touchdown he drew. He be placing it in his locker room every day for consistently since he ate a W. Griffin tweeted, refreshes Winston's 2014 shoplifting incident. Okay, and now we all know that. You all know, okay, the Saints have beaten Aaron Rodgers up and their team. Well, anyway, it is what it is. So then, the Packers, they were kind of slow, right? The offense are kind of slow. The defense are kind of slow. The Packers defense are kind of slow. Okay, it is what it is. When you get the losing team, when you have the losing team, you die. Well, you have it. Now they have it. Okay. Now look at this. He then added that Winston can demand wherever he wants after his performances. Griffin then made another wild comment. Can you see how James providing the doubters won and playing lights out make for the fact that when he gets paid, he will be accused of stealing money that he earned and giving to him, just like he was accused of stealing crowd legs that were given to him because of his playing at FSU, he wrote. But why can't you all leave Jameis Winston alone? He's a grown-ass man. Now, the former Washington quarterback announced he was facing some backlash in his Twitter messages over the Winston remarks. Winston was 14 for 20 with 148 yards and a handful of touchdowns, according to the Fox broadcast. Winston had the first large draw for any quarterback with 5 or more touchdown passes since 1948. He did all that in huge victory to start the 2021 season. Sean Johnson had 2 of the 5 touchdowns. He finished with 3 catches for 21 yards. Dante Harris had scored and finished 2 catches for 72 yards. Chris Hogan had a 10-yard touchdown catch. His only one of the day, and Everett Coma had 3 catches for 8 yards, while Skura and finished with 83 rushing yards on 20 carries. Now, Winston was named the starting quarterback after beating out Tyson Hill for the job. He hadn't played in the starting role since he was within the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2019. So there you have it. Jameis Winston. I mean, you gotta love that kid. You gotta love that kid. It's good for him to watch. Okay, we go to Aaron Rodgers. And with that embarrassing Packers loss with no touchdowns, it was the worst game for him so far. And it really, I mean, you had to have a look on Aaron Rodgers' face. Now look at the lot, and then we're going to Lawhood right at that time. And, the career, he had a great career, and 2011, his team won his first Super Bowl title with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but now last day it came worse. It went worse. It went bad. Now Aaron Rodgers downplayed one of the worst games of his career after his coach called the effort embarrassing. Now you look at this. The Green Bay Packers lost to the New Orleans Saints 38-3 in their season opening. Head coach Matt LaFleur said the Packers were absolutely embarrassed and admonished their effort. Aaron Rodgers seems to take the loss a bit easier, saying it was just one game. Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers 2021 campaign got off to a rough start with a 38-3 slackler at the hands of the New Orleans Saints. Head coach Matt LaFleur was disappointed in his team's effort after the game. They came ready to play, absolutely embarrassing us today. LaFleur told reporters, our guys are going to take a long, hard look in the mirror. That starts with myself. Absolutely, I didn't get these guys ready to go play ball. It's very humbling, to say the least. LaFleur said, we have to get back to work. This isn't going to magically repair itself. On the field, Rodgers playing one of the worst games of a career that has had 3 such performances. The regular NFL MVP completed just 15 of his 28 passes for 133 yards or 0 touchdowns. Man, that sucks. And 2 interceptions for the quarterback rating of 38.8. His second worst mark since 2014. But despite the disappointing set line, Rodgers didn't sound quite as worried about the torn team's poor effort as his head coach. I let him lose those roles, and I'll lose it. I'll lose. It's just one game, Rodgers said. When asked for his take on LaFleur's post-game statement, we played bad. Offensively, we didn't execute very well. One game. We got 16 to go. They got 16 to go. Yeah. It's fun for the first time Rodgers had to ask anyone to please remain calm after the disappointing loss. And to his credit, he's usually backing up his big words. This time, Rodgers said he believes it would be easier for the team to bounce back because the loss came early in the year. So what happened to Aaron Rodgers? Well, Aaron Rodgers and his team went down south, flat downhill, like they've been to you know what. Well, hey, it is what it is. But no, they were going down below 100 miles per hour. It's far from the first time Rogers had to ask anyone to please remain calm after the disappointing loss and to create his crap. He's usually backing up his big words. This time, Rogers said he believes it will be easier for the team to bounce back because the loss came early in the year. We're coming off in a couple of AFC Championship games, and that's looking really good about the unit that we had in offense. So this is a good kick, will hopefully get us going in the right direction, going back home and playing a division opponent. Detroit, that will be next week. Hope they win. Rodgers joked in an officially that his MVP year in 2020, running his plans off leaving the Packers. That remember in the offseason, Aaron Rodgers, he was so frustrated and angry that the new quarterback of the Packers got drafted to the Green Bay Packers. Now, what's going on now? Rodgers joked during an offensive that his MVP year in 2020, winning his plans on leaving the Packers, and teasers thought the offseason in Green Bay gave the impression that this year could be Rodgers' last with the team. If this is Rodgers' final one with the Packers, LaFleur has to get on the same pace as him before week 2 kicks off. So, we'll see what happens. Aaron Rodgers, he kind of pissed off. He's pissing off, man. He just away. Damn. What is going on with the Packers side? Last day when they got crushed by the Saints, 38-3. Come on now, it's just a game. For real. Damn. Okay, but they'll bounce back. Next week they're gonna face the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions say just is an embarrassing moment of yesterday's game. And yes, it is what it is. But look, it's just the damn game. You play to win the game. Okay. Let me just calm down, okay? Okay, Monday, September 20th, they will face the Packers. The Packers will face the Lions and hope they will win. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Okay. It's the game that you ever saw to remember, and that's what you're gonna remember for real. But Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are not done this season, although they got 16 to go. What about the Chiefs and the Browns game? Yesterday was good. It was great. It was wonderful. It was a good game. And our final score is 33-29. The Browns, you tried to give them a chance to win that first game of the season. They came out short. I just wish you're gonna have this one. I just wish. Chiefs went on to win the game. 33-29. Yes, it is. It's just like it feels. Patrick Mahomes had a great game. Okay, and now it was. Now the Carolina Panthers, they won the game 19-14. Now the jury is still out on quarterback Sam Darnold. While the third pick of the 2018 draft was infected against his former team Sunday's win against the Jets, it should not have been that close. Carolina scored one touchdown on 4 trips inside the New York 10-yard line, continuing in red zone. It's in the plug-in last season. Darrell only providing he can play well against a bad team. Can the offensive line protect Darrell against a good defense? This group that Coach Matt Will says remains a work in progress gave up 1 sack, but Darrell was hit 8 times. Darrell's okay. One second. Okay. Now, okay, we can move on. Now, this group that Coach Matt Lawler says remains a work in progress gave up 1 sack, but Darnold was hit 8 times. Darnold's ultimate success depends on how he is protected against top defenses such as the New Orleans Saints, who are coming up next. Now, Nature's conference rate is at 5.1. There's not enough evidence that Carolina can beat a better than average team after this showing against a team that has been a disaster for the past 3 years. The Carolina Panthers will face the Saints Sunday on Fox or even CBS. That's what I know. The Philadelphia Eagles have beaten the Atlanta Falcons. Now, Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts with 264 passing yards, 3 TDs, 62 rushing yards. What to know? There's reason to be as excited about the Eagles and their long offensive playmakers. Quarterback Jalen Hurts updated through the veteran Matt Ryan in his 5th career start, going 27 or 35 for 264 yards with 3 touchdowns. And Eagles rookie Devontae Smith, 6 catches, 71 yards, and Kenny Gainwell, 48 total yards. Each found the end zone and their debut, as in the performances of Miles Sanders, 113 total yards, and Jalen Reagor, 6 catches, 49 yards, TD, and that's a whole lot of producers out of a later experiences group. They look to keep it up against a strong 49ers defense next week. Okay, this is what's going on. This is how it has been going on for real. Okay, so it is what it is. Now, what we may want to know, the Chiefs are going to need us to score. Hold on. Now look at this. Now, the Chiefs are going to need to score a bundle to win. That defense was a pushover for the third quarter to 3 quarters against the Browns. Oh boy. So, look, it's football time. Today is a football season and it's back. Okay, it was back about 4 days ago. Okay, now we'll go to recap it. As you see, this game right here, Patrick Mahomes
But then let's go to Trey.
Okay, but that's just how. This is what's going on. That's happening here. So Patrick Mahomes and his Chiefs were on the win. And this is what you guys got to know. Now, the news of the injury of the Washington placing QB Ryan Fitzpatrick the hit on injury reverse.
First for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
So now you have to know what's going on. Now, what's going on is what's happened now. Ryan Fitzpatrick's mysterious hip injury now has a diagnosis. His timeline for the potential return is less clear. And meanwhile, confirmed that what Washington have failed. Fitzpatrick is suffering a hip. NFL Network insider Alan Rappaport report Fitzpatrick will be placed on injury reserve, but there isn't any indication Fitzpatrick's season might be finished. After confirming Fitzpatrick's design during his billing in Rivera, Coach Ron Rivera announced Washington will proceed Rebecca Taylor Hendricks as it's starting in Week 2 against the Giants. A game scheduled to kick off at 8:20 on Thursday. In Colorado, with the carryover COVID-19 rules and adjustments, teams can return in a limited amount of players from the injury reserves after 3 weeks. That might end up seemingly rather quick when it comes to Fitzpatrick's back to the field as a hip injury of this nature while currently also intend to require more time to return. Now it looks like it is continuing now. So we're gonna go for the final scores of yesterday. The final score is yesterday now. Once we get on the way now, games of Week 3. The final score, the Texans went on to win the game 37-21.
The NFL's back.
This dance won't be shut down. Now, what about the Seahawks? They beat the Colts. Seahawks beat the Colts 28-16. The Panthers went on to beat the Jets 19-14. Bengals beat the Vikings in a winning field goal 27-24. Cardinals beat the Titans 38-13. 49ers went on to win to beat the Lions 41-33. Pittsburgh Steelers went on to win the game 23-16. Vikings they lost to the Eagles 32-6. The Browns lost to the Chiefs. They lost to the Chiefs 33-29 after they given up an interception. Saints beat the Packers 38-3 in an old-fashioned blowout. Broncos beat the Giants 27-13. Dolphins went on to win a close game to beat the Patriots 17-16. And the Rams beat the Bills 34-14. Tonight, the Raiders and the Ravens, they play at 8:15 tonight on ABC. The Las Vegas Raiders and the Baltimore Ravens, they play at 8:15 here in Las Vegas. That's going to say for now for this time for Joseph Cook. I'll be back tomorrow right here at the same time, starting at 5 o'clock right here on the Joseph Cook Network. Today, this is Joseph Cook. Had a great afternoon. Bye. See you then. Peace.